Open-end fund is a collective investment scheme which can issue and redeem shares at any time. An investor will generally purchase shares in the fund directly from the fund itself rather than from the existing shareholders. It contrasts with a closed-end fund, which typically issues all the shares it will issue at the outset, with such shares usually being tradable between investors thereafter. Open-ended funds are available in most developed countries, though terminology and operating rules vary. U.S. mutual funds, UK unit trusts and OEICs, European SICAVs, and hedge funds are all examples of open-ended funds. The price at which shares in an open-ended fund are issued or can be redeemed will vary in proportion to the net asset value of the fund, and therefore directly reflects the fund's performance. Fees: there may be a percentage charge levied on the purchase of shares or units. Some of these fees are called an initial charge or front-end load. Some fees are charged by a fund on the sale of these units, called a close-end load, that may be waived after several years of owning the fund. Some of the fees cover the cost of distributing the fund by paying commission to the advisor or broker that arranged the purchase. These fees are commonly referred to as 12b-1 fees in U.S. Not all funds have initial charges. If there are no such charges levied, the fund is no load. These charges may represent profit for the fund manager or go back into the fund. Active management: most open-end funds are actively managed, meaning that a portfolio manager picks the securities to buy, although index funds are now growing in popularity. Index funds are open-end funds that attempt to replicate an index, such as the S&P 500, and therefore do not allow the manager to actively choose securities to buy. Net asset value, the price per share, or NAV, is calculated by dividing the fund's assets minus liabilities by the number of shares outstanding. This is usually calculated at the end of every trading day. Hedge funds are typically open-ended and actively managed. However, investors can typically redeem shares only monthly or less frequently. Examples: U.S. mutual funds, T. Rowe Price, Fidelity Investments Magellan, the Vanguard Group's S&P 500, PIMCO Total Return, World Commodity Fund. References. See also: collective investment schemes, mutual funds, unit trusts, open-ended investment company, SICAVs, closed-end fund.